Throughout the past few years, I've gone through a ton of gear, and I mean a ton. That's kind of why I actually started this channel. I was buying and selling a lot of knives, wallets, watches, and I kind of wanted to start this channel just to showcase some of these pieces as I would eventually move them on. So that said, not all gear is made equal. In fact, this whole video is going to be going over some gear that I've bought and kind of come to regret. Some of the gear that might have been either too expensive, didn't perform well enough, or I just plain didn't like. So today we're going to go through some of my pickups throughout the years that I think I should have just left alone. So let's get into it. I first want to cover multi-tools. And right off the bat, this should come as no surprise, but one of the biggest overpays that I believe you can make right now is the Leatherman Arc. Don't get me wrong, this is an absolutely fantastic tool. I really love it. Has one hand opening mechanism, has all outside accessible tools, and even comes with an upgraded Magna Cut blade. What do you expect to pay for this? Is this worth $250? I don't think so. I think that is such a crazy steep price for a multi-tool. When you look at this arc at $250 and then you compare it to the Curl, which is around $80, I mean, there's not too much difference here. I know this is one hand opening, outside accessible tools, a way better blade, but those are all minuscule details. This is so much better of a multi-tool, at least in my opinion for me, as it's so much slimmer, it's thinner, cheaper more importantly. I mean, this just fits in the pocket better. It's thinner, doesn't really take up much room. There's no sharp edges when you have this in your pocket compared to this. Though this does come with a pocket clip, I find this just a little bit bulky. It's not the most comfortable to wear. I mean, I feel it when in the pocket. I don't really feel this. I like the one-hand accessible blade with Magna Cut. That is cool. But I always carry a folder on me. I either have a folder or a fixed blade, so I don't need my multi-tool to have a really great knife blade. So I just don't really use that. I mean, this has a one-hand accessible blade as well. I just much prefer this tool. This is $80 compared to $250. This is just crazy, crazy steep. I did not buy this for the full retail price, I will say that. I picked this up on a Facebook group for, man, I don't remember now, maybe $150, so pretty big discount, but still, I don't think this is the best multi-tool out there that they market it to be. I mean, it's a great tool for some, but for me, it's just a little bit overkill. I much prefer this and save a couple bucks. The next multi-tool I also kind of regret getting, this should come as no surprise, is coming from SOG. SOG is very hit or miss with quality nowadays, and this is one of their more hyped offerings. This is the Power Pint. It's just a really small multi-tool, very similar to like the Leatherman Squirt, I believe, or they have the Micra, and then something else is very similar in this footprint. I'm drawing a blank, but it's just a really small multi-tool, pliers first, and has some tools on the outside. My main reason why I don't like this little guy is it just feels super cheap. I mean, this metal feels like I could just break this, especially when you have these pliers extended. There's actually give here. You can just see that flex, and that's just my fingers. That's not even my whole hand. It's just super, super cheap and flimsy feeling. The metal here is like almost like just Chinesium. I mean, it's just junk. I mean, these scissors barely can cut through anything. Not really good. This little screwdriver attachment, it's just so small. I mean, what are you going to really tighten with this? It's kind of a junk tool. I know Taylor Martin over at Best Damn EDC, he hyped up this tool for years and loved it, and actually just recently put out where he said he just doesn't like this tool anymore, and I can really see why. I mean, the quality just isn't here. I love the footprint. I really love the size of this little guy, but that's about it because it just doesn't really work for me. I tried carrying this in my pocket, even with this little pocket clip here. Just never found myself reaching for it. Like when I did need to use it for the scissors, it barely cut through anything. I just did not enjoy using this tool, so this is another one I actually regret. Up next is for sure a controversial one, and this is, of course, Prybars. People love to hate on Prybars, and I think kind of for good reason. I mean, they're kind of a gimmick. I don't really find myself prying a ton, and especially ones like this one. This is coming from Lynch Northwest. This is crazy pricey. These have a price over $100. Like some of these are around like $130, $150. I picked this one up once again on a Facebook group, secondhand, so I didn't pay that full price, but I at least just wanted to try it out, see what the hype was all about. And for what it is, it's nice. You know, American made, small batches, handmade, pretty cool. But is this worth like 120 bucks? Absolutely not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do use a pry edge every so often, and I definitely use a bottle opener. I like to drink beers that are not twist tops, so that actually comes in handy. But paying over $100 or close to $100 for this is just ludicrous. That's why I actually really like this one more. This is coming from Vosteed. This is the Vosteed Shark Bomb Prybar. And I like this one for just as much as I like this one. And this one's so cheaper. This one actually I feel like has a cooler finish. It's like an anodized like fishbone here. Looks kind of cooler. It's like a fish or a bomb. I added the lanyard and the bead, so don't worry about that. Has a wire pocket clip, which I prefer again. And this one's like 40 bucks, which is still steep for a Prybar. I think it should be like 20 bucks. But this one's like 100. So big savings here. Definitely lean towards the Vosteed. Once again, Prybars, a little bit of a gimmick. They look cool in photos. But I do use a bottle opener. I do use a pry edge, just not a lot. So I would not spend a lot of money on Prybars. Once again, just my opinion, but I definitely feel like an overpay here. Now we come up to watches, and don't get me wrong, I really do like watches, but I don't gravitate towards them like some. I much prefer knives, multi-tools, that kind of facet. But watches are pretty cool, and especially these. These are automatic, so never need to change the battery. You just shake them, give them some movement, and they'll keep going. So I really, really like that. But that's kind of about where it ends. And they look really cool. I mean, these look definitely way more fancy than your plastic G-Shock, but they're just not practical for me. For some people, they might love them. That's great. But I just cannot beat this little square G-Shock. I mean, this is solar, this is atomic, and the display is really crisp. I can always read the time really fast. I just absolutely love this. These, if I forget to wear it for a couple days, I have to rewind it, shake it, and that's just kind of frustrating. I hate having to reset it. And then also, I noticed these are definitely not as accurate as this, of course. These lose a couple seconds every day, and after a week, I find myself losing a couple minutes, which is a little extreme. I wonder if these got near a magnet and kind of messed it up, but I just don't like having to reset these. I have to wear them all the time. This, I just throw it in a drawer, I can forget about it, and pick it up a year later and it'll be fine as long as I put it in the sunlight. Like, I absolutely love G-Shocks. It's just simple. Simple just works for me. Once again, these look really nice and look a lot better than this in my opinion. It's just not convenient. I much rather quickly just look down and see the time. I can see the date. I have a stopwatch. I have all these features here that I don't have here. Once again, it's classic and looks nice. Just doesn't really work for me every day. It has a little couple extra steps, and I just find that a little frustrating. These also are kind of more expensive. You can pick up a G-Shock. This is a higher end model. I think this one's like $120 now. But these are like $200 a pop. So once again, you can save yourself a little bit of money, pick up something cheaper. You don't have to go out and buy the nicest thing. And actually, I thought these would be amazing, and I don't even really wear them ever. So once again, another thing I kind of regret. Next up, I want to cover some of my Victorinox models that I kind of regret buying. And it's mainly just one, and it's this one right here. I believe this is the Victorinox Deluxe Tinkerer, and I mainly picked this one up because it had a small set of pliers in it. So I thought, if I pick up this, I don't need to carry a Leatherman. I can save some weight. I'll still have the pliers here. No big deal. Unfortunately, these pliers are extremely weak. I mean, these are basically tweezers at this point. I mean, these don't open up very wide. They're not very strong and robust. I mean, this spring is held with just a thin piece of metal. It's a cool concept. I just never found myself using these pliers when I carried this tool. And I really tried carrying this tool for several months. I even put on aftermarket micarta scales from Etsy. And I did not enjoy carrying this guy. First off, it's thick. I mean, though it's a little bit thinner than a Leatherman, this is still thick, and this is significant in your pocket. I just dropped it down in the pocket, and it was a boat anchor. So I added this small little suspension clip so I could dangle it from my pocket, and it was still heavy. I love how this tool looks. I love all the tools here, all the functions. I just did not find myself grabbing this when I had this here. And this is, I believe, the Victorinox Super Tinkerer. I really like this one. Very simple. I added these 3D printed Vans inspired scales off Etsy. Some people hate these scales, by the way, in my comments, but whatever, they can do them. I just love this tool. I thought this was gonna be the best multi-tool for me. Just did not end up working that way. And these are kind of pricey. I believe these are like 65 bucks around there. So once again, I would go with a cheaper model. Just didn't really work for me in my use cases. The next piece I kind of regretted buying was a pen. And not just any pen, but this pen in particular. This is coming from Hinderer Knives. And I believe this is called the Investigator pen. And at a glance, it looks super cool. And that's really why I bought it. I saw this in another video, and I've been on the hunt for this pen ever since. It's titanium, it's lightweight, it's small, and it's just really, really cool looking. Unfortunately, these are pricey. I believe these are like $65 to $70, and they're always sold out. I happened to pick this one up, actually much cheaper than that. It was part of a bundle on Blade Binge, and I was so happy with it. It looked great in pictures. It's really small, fits next to my wallet perfectly. But I just never found myself using it. First off, this has a sharp tip here at the end. I think it's for self-defense. Never use it for that. I just really found myself never really writing things down. And when I did have to, I just hated how this pen writes. I mean, this is just a very, not a fluid motion. I mean, it leaves like spots down here. I'll show you. So this is just a test example. It just doesn't look as crisp. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Just I'm not a big fan, but compared to my favorite pen, I use this for writing and actually taking notes in my job. I actually love this pen. This just looks so much better. It's just thicker, more full. I don't know. I'm not a pen snob by any means like some people out there. This one just, I did not enjoy writing with this. I love doodling and sketching. This I would never in a million years. It's very inconsistent. If I don't like put it deep down on paper, it's just, I don't know. It might be my refill here, it might be going out. It's just, I never found this an enjoyable experience, especially for the price to pay. You're not buying this pen just to write, take good notes. This is mainly a self-defense tool. You know, it's a hype piece and it looks great. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I would not go out of my way and buy this pen over something like this I can pick up at Walmart for a couple bucks. So just my experience once again, but kind of regret. When I look at it like this, all combined, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is a great EDC setup. This guy has it dialed down. I mean, Leatherman Arc, a Henderer pen, a custom Victorinox, even a Lynch Northwest Prybar, mechanical watches. I mean, if you would post this on Reddit, you're like, oh man, this guy actually has it figured out. This is really cool and classy. But at the end of the day, this stuff just did not work for me. I'm so much more simple, surprisingly enough. Give me a G-Shock. Give me a basic budget Leatherman. Give me even a cheaper Victorinox. This stuff is just kind of overkill. Didn't really find it works. And more importantly, these all have a higher price compared to some of the cheaper alternatives. And I just like those more. They're nice in their own right, just not for me. So this is some of the gear I regretted buying. I don't know how helpful this video would be for you, but I thought it'd be kind of fun just looking back over the past 2 years, some of the gear I picked up that I don't really use that might be a little bit overrated. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I completely off base on some of these? What do you guys really regret buying? Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.